Hey y'all, back with another video. Alright y'all, today I'm about to tell y'all a story and explain some things. If you've been following me for like a minute or subscribed to my channel or watching my videos, you know that I've talked about this before. Like, I was in a really crazy relationship. It was violent. I wrote a whole book about it. I will link all that stuff. If you don't know, you can check it out. But this is something that, like, me and my friend was talking the other day, and I was like, dang, I forgot about that. Something that happened that I never told her until like years later what really happened. Yeah, it's a story that is in the book. I think I put this in the book. But this is more detail about specifically what took place and how it took place. And it's one of those things that was so embarrassing that at the time I didn't realize what was going on and why I was so embarrassed, to the point that I didn't tell my best friend, who I've literally known for life. Like, we have literally known each other since birth, and she knows everything. And I never told her about this until like years later, because it was so, I think, traumatic what happened, and it was so crazy. So I'm gonna, let y'all in on this story because I think it's interesting, but I also think it has some good points, some things you can take away from it. And I just think that it's one of those things that's like interesting, crazy, and like a teachable moment all at one time. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I was dating this crazy ass dude, right? And it was like the middle of the relationship, like, where it's like, it wasn't super new. We definitely didn't have history. It wasn't like, solidified and old yet, but it was at that point where you're kind of like, we'll see. So it was like, at that point, he had exhibited some like crazy behavior, but at the time I was so inexperienced, I didn't know the behavior was crazy. I didn't know I should have classified it as crazy. I just knew it was kind of like, oh, why you do that? So he had done that a couple times, a couple of different ways. And I was kind of like, I don't know. So I had started pulling away and like, I need to just be free and just have me a moment, because, I don't really know where this is going and how this is going to end up. So my friend called, like, girl, let's go to the club. Let's break it down. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and, get our scrub the ground on and all this good stuff. So I'm like, okay, bet. What time? So she tell me what time. I do my hair, do my face, get all ready, get dressed, get my, move something, as y'all call it now, thought, dress on, get ready to go to the club. And she comes and picks me up. We go to the club. So, you get in the club, you do your little walk around. So we did our little walk around. And then we go get our picture, because, I don't know if they still do that now, but like, you used to could like get a picture of whatever liquor you were drinking and just get a cup. So like, you didn't have to keep coming back to the bar, because you just carry your picture around with you in the club. So we get our picture, we walking around, checking everything out, who's here, what's going on, okay, everything's good. So the night progresses, and as the night progresses, we run into some friends from like school, growing up, people we had known like forever. And some of them were guys, some of them were girls. We were just like, oh, hey, hello, what's going on? Giving everybody hugs, how y'all doing? Blah, 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 blah. Kiki, and all this, that, and the other. And little did I know, one of the guys had a crush on me. I was not picking up on that, because I just said I was inexperienced. And I was kind of like slow when it came to that kind of stuff. I didn't catch that he was trying to like flirt with me. So we part ways. My friend is like, girl, you seen so-and-so trying to, holler at you and blah, blah. I'm like, no, he wasn't. Yes, he was, girl, for real. Oh my goodness. Okay, so her song come on, she on the, dance floor doing her thing. I'm like, let me go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom. When I come out of the bathroom, you know how you feel somebody looking at you? Like, I felt somebody looking at me, but I'm in a club. So I'm like, dang, it's a million people in here looking at me. Lo and behold, crazy ass dude I was dating was there, hiding behind a pole. I shouldn't say a pole, because it wasn't a pole, a column. So in the club they had these big giant columns on all four corners of the dance floor. So it's like 2 columns here, then you go down 2 columns there, and that square is kind of like the dance floor where everybody dances. And then you can walk around the dance floor this way. The bar's over there, the bathroom's over here. So this fool is literally behind the pole, y'all, behind the pole, looking at me, watching me, peeking me. So first, I didn't know this fool was in the club. Two, I damn sure didn't know he was walking around spying on me. So I'm like kind of freaked out. So I'm like, well, let me just go over and say like, hello. Obviously, like, I'm gonna speak. We messing around, like dating. Why are you sitting over in a corner watching me? So I walk over and like, oh hey, you know what's going on? I go to give him a hug and he all attitude and standoffish and being all mean. So I'm like, whatever. What you doing here? You know you was in here. First thing out this fool's mouth is, who was them you was talking to? Excuse you? Who? What? So how long exactly have you been in here spying on me, watching me? What are you talking about? My friends from school that I spoke to? Like, are you serious right now? So he goes into his, yeah, I'm serious. Da, 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 da. So again, I'm young and dumb at this point. Cause now I would have been like, okay, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like red flags would have been going up. I would have started to respond like I was dealing with a crazy person. At that time I didn't. So I'm like, yeah, I don't really know what you're talking about. You kind of tripping right now. You kind of freaking me out. Like, this is kind of crazy. He proceeds to yank the shit out of me by my arm. Like, he yanked me. You ever had your mama or somebody like grab you from behind by your arm and you just like it's nothing you can do except do what they say and go where they pushing you because it hurts so much? Yeah, that's how he yanked my arm. Put the other hand here. So he got me like this and he's like pushing me towards the door like, let's go, let's go. So in my head I'm like, I need to tell my friend I'm leaving, like, and I'm not ready to go, and like, you tripping, why would I go outside with you? Like, what's going on? Whew. So we get outside. He drags me across the street. When I say drag, I'm talking about still holding my arm to the point that he is like gripping into my skin. It hurts so bad. He's like forcing me across the street because you come out of the club, there's like a street, and then across the street is the parking lot. So we're going across the street to get to the parking lot. So you know it's isolated over there, it's darker over there. There's not a lot of people because everybody's in the club. So we get over there. He pushes me in the car, open the car door, push me in the car. He goes around, gets into the driver's side. Again, me being retarded because right now, nowadays, as soon as he would have got to that car and put me in that car, I would have got out of that car. If I even would have went outside with him. So we get in the car and I'm sitting here like this in the passenger seat. And he's here in the driver's seat just going da 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 da, cursing and yelling and screaming and just cutting a damn fool. And I'm just like zoned out, like I don't even want to hear this stupid. I ain't even really with you like that. I don't even know them dudes like that. I'm not sleeping with none of them. And that's his whole thing. Oh, you effing them. You effing them. You effing them. First of all, what kind of hoe you think I am? I'm screwing with everybody. All the people I spoke to, I'm screwing with all them goodness. So I'm just there like, oh, I just wish you would just shut up and just drive off so I can just go home. So I'm just there. And then he says, oh, so you effing ignoring me? You ignoring me? You think this a joke, B? When I tell y'all that this dude reached back to like elementary school and came full force with all his might and punched me dead in my face. Punched me dead in my face. Punched me dead in my face. When I tell you dead in my face, dead in my face. He's here, remember, in the driver's seat. He punched me so hard right here in my face, my head, clanged up against the window of the car. I thought the window was going to literally shatter. That's how hard he hit me. Full force with a balled up, not open hand, balled up fist, a grown man with all his might from back here. I'm talking bam, bam. Dead in my face. So I don't know if you've ever been hit before like that, or if you've ever fallen and like smacked your head like that, or if you've ever been in a fight and somebody tagged you just right, but you're like stunned when you first get hit. I mean, it's really like a out-of-body experience because you're not present. It's kind of like you're all your senses are separated from your physical body. And it takes a moment for those two to come back together again and for you to kind of get your wits about you. So I'm there and I'm like, oh my God, this fool just hit me this hard. So then as soon as I kind of snap back into it, I'm thinking he's gonna hit me again. So, you know, my first reaction is to start to like shield myself and try to get out of the car. So I'm trying to get out of the car. He hits the lock. So I'm like, clink, 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 clink. The lock is like, clink, clink, clink. It's super locked. I can't move. I can't get out of the car. He had an older car. So it was one of those cars where like if he hit the lock on his side, the lock button, I could not unlock it from my side of the car. The only switch on my door was the window. And the car wasn't cranked, so I couldn't roll down the window or anything like that. So then I'm like just banging on the car door and like, let me get out, let me get out. I'm trying to get out of the car. I'm trying to get out of the car. He's still yelling, berating me, cursing, screaming, like he's out of his mind at this point. He is really out of his mind. And I'm thinking this fool is gonna hurt me really bad. So my whole thought process is get out of the car, get out of the car, get out of the car. He won't let me out of the car. So finally, I don't know how, I don't know if in the scuffle he hit the lock, but I heard my door click unlock. And as soon as it clicked unlock, I mean, I grabbed that door handle and opened it and pushed it with my foot all in one motion to try to get out. And as soon as I did, he grabbed his arm. So I'm trying to get out. He's like pulling me by this arm and my clothes and like trying to pull me back into the car. I get out of the car and then I can like feel my head like from how hard he hit me. So at this point, I'm like pretty much 3/4 of my body is out of the car. And the only thing he could grab was my hair at the time. I had long hair. He grabbed my hair and I'm trying to get out and he is pulling my hair. I had braids in my hair. I'm talking about pulling. So I'm scuffling with him like this. He has my hair. Some kind of way I get out of the car. But he ripped a chunk of my hair as I got out of the car. So I get out of the car and I'm like stumbling to the back of the car and I'm like looking around like what can I do? Like I don't want to run back to the club like beat up with a chunk of my hair out, and I don't want to risk crossing the street because there's cars and stuff coming. I'm just thinking, what can I do to get him to leave and get away from me? So I see this cop car like off in the parking lot. You know how the police will like sit over in the parking lot with their lights off or like kind of have their parking lights on. So I'm like, I see this cop and he sees me eyeballing the cop. So I'm like, hey, I'm screaming at the cop. So he gets back in the driver's side, cranks the car up, and is like revving the engine. So at this point, I'm behind the car and I see him throw it into reverse. So I jump out of the way. He pulls the car out and he's not pulling the car out to leave, which is what I thought. No, this fool is pulling the car out to try to drive up beside me and yank me back in the car again. So I'm like, I can get away from you now, I'm out of the car. So I'm like running towards the cop car. So he sees that I'm definitely going to the cop car. He, you know, drives off after he could have ran me the hell over and killed me. Get to the police officer. And here is the teachable moment, guys. Y'all pay attention to this next exchange. I get the cop's attention. He slowly gets out of his car like he aggravated, like I'm bothering him. Mind you, the club right there, you the police, you in the parking lot. I would think you would be a little more attentive. So he gets out of the car. I'm like leaning on the cop car, telling him, I'm out of breath. And he just hit me. And he pulled my hand, he punched me. And this is his name. And that's the car there. And he probably got a warrant. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm telling her, like, get him. Like, chase him, do something. The cop is like this. This is how he looking at me. This is how he acting. This is his whole demeanor. He says to me, what do you want me to do? I'm like, I want you to get him, arrest him, chase him, something, write a report. He says to me, y'all gonna probably be back together in a day or two. You want me to waste my time? This is what the police said to me. This is what the cop said to me. So now I'm just in shock because I can't believe what I'm hearing. And now I'm scared because I don't even have protection from the police. And this fool, we just see how crazy he is. He might turn around and come back. So I made my way home. went immediately into the bathroom to see like what I looked like. I mean, I could still feel my head just throbbing, and then it was throbbing even worse from the plug like that he had pulled out of my head. Get home, look in the mirror in the bathroom. I look a mess. It looks as bad as it feels. Look like I just got my ass beat, which I had. And I just proceeded to act like it didn't happen, which is so weird, and that's part of the psychology of like domestic violence that people don't get. I just acted like it didn't happen, cleaned myself up, figured out a way to pull my braids down so my friends and family members couldn't see that I had a plug of hair pulled out, that my scalp was damn near bleeding. I just pulled it back into like a low bun and didn't call my friend, nothing. So like the next day, you know, she called and we're talking, and she just assumed like, oh girl, you met you some dude at the club, huh? You know, you left to like get your little in, huh? And I was like, yeah girl, you know, that's what happened. Mind you, this is a person who knows every single thing about me, every detail of my life. I've never hidden anything at all from this person. But it was like instinctual for me to just cover this up with a lie and act like it didn't happen. And for the longest time, I never recanted the story to myself mentally. I never replayed that night. I didn't think about it anymore. I didn't tell anybody, obviously, about it. It was just like one of those things that you think is gone. Okay, it happened, that was crazy. I'm just gonna put this out of my mind. But the funny thing about it is, and the thing about life is, it will come back around some kind of way, and it will find a way to show itself to you again in your life. And for me, that was years later, but it did resurface. And even when I told my girlfriend the story, she was like, oh my God, is that what happened to you that night? Is that why you left the club without telling me, without saying anything to me? That is so crazy, because I never would have guessed. I never would have known. No one ever would have even thought about it. So I say that to say this. When you hear these stories about people, or something comes to the light for the first time, don't be so quick to say, why she ain't never said nothing before? Why we ain't never heard about this? So this the first time this ever happened, and you just bust out and go to the police, or bust out and go to the media? It's not always the first time, and most times it's not the first time. But it takes a while for you to get to a point of realizing what's going on, understanding the danger behind it, and then taking action to try to either prevent it from happening again, or to seek some type of retribution for what has already happened to you. So that was a crazy story about one of the times that I got my ass beat. It happened more than once. Yes, it did. If you want to hear about the other times, you can either leave a comment below, and I'll pick another story to tell you guys about and try to weave some of this stuff together so that it's cohesive, or you can check out the book. And from there, you will probably definitely have questions for me and want to know what happened after this happened and what happened later and blah, blah, blah. Which I have no problem talking about it. It's been years ago. I'm totally over the situation now, both emotionally and psychologically. So I can talk about it. I've spoken publicly about it. You know, I've been on panels. I've talked to women about it. So I have no problem telling you guys about it. But I was just thinking about that story because we were talking about it. I was like, that's a crazy ass story. I should tell this on my YouTube channel about this crazy night and how I got straight up like popped in the face by a grown ass man with full force behind the blow, which is crazy if you think about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I hope you can take something away from it. Let's talk in the comments. Any questions you have, please leave them down below. Just as with all my other videos, I will get back to you guys. Thank you for watching, supporting, and subscribing. If you have already, if you haven't subscribed and you like my content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button before you leave. And until next time, y'all, bye.